Now this week we're going to do the marble run experiment. This is normally an experiment we do in person where you actually get to roll the marbles down the run yourself. We can't do that this year, but it turns out for this particular experiment the main things we're trying to teach you are modelling the rolling of balls down slopes and the data analysis. And you can do both of those without actually hands-on doing the experiment, though it's kind of fun to throw marbles all over the floor. But this is an experiment where we can achieve all the learning goals without being there in person, and that's what we're going to do. The fundamental point is to study how balls roll down slopes. So that's dealing with modelling rotation. Fundamental question we're going to get is, as the ball goes down the slope, does it slide like this, or does it roll like that? So that's one thing we're going to study. The other key point is how you measure uncertainties. There are two ways to measure uncertainties. One is by looking at how you measure things like the rulers and the apparatus and trying to predict what your uncertainty should be. The other way is making repeat measurements, looking at the scatter and using that scatter to measure after the effect what the diversity and hence the uncertainty is. So we're going to explore both those two techniques and see how consistent they are, and generally learn how you go about comparing a nice theoretical model to actual data. This is the marble run experiment. We have the actual marble run here, sloping track. We put balls on here. A mark to make sure we're all dropping from the same place. They slide down, fly out, and land on this piece of carbon paper down here. And wherever they hit, they leave a mark on the ground to show where they've been, so we can record how far they all flew. And this is sticky taped down to make sure it doesn't slide around. This is clamped in place, and we use the spirit level to make sure that the launching part is level. What we need to measure is the height from which we're dropping the marbles, the height here above the ground, and the distance here from where they're launched to where they hit. So let me demonstrate. Put the ball here. And we should have another mark down here on the ground.